Hello, I'm Kylie Whitaker, and I have with me Sherry Craig. We are the CTE contacts on the career readiness for students on an alternate diploma track. Um, Today we're going to be looking at the Kentucky Alternate Assessment Training for the 2021 school year, and specifically we're going to be working on the CWEC, the Career Work Experience Certification. This module will walk you through specific portions of the Career Work Experience Certification Administration Guide. Most slides will reference specific pages. Please print a hard copy or access an electronic version from the Kentucky Alternate Assessment Project webpage or from the KDE webpage before continuing this training. The Career Work Experience Certification, referred to as the CWEC, is one of 4 components of the Kentucky Alternate Assessment. The CWEC is a measure of career readiness within the Transition Readiness Indicator of Kentucky's accountability system. There are 2 ways for students to achieve transition readiness within Kentucky's accountability system. Students must earn a high school diploma, then meet the requirements of one type of readiness, academic or career readiness. In alignment with the regular assessment, the achievement of career readiness is not mandatory. The accountability system allows for meeting the requirements of academic readiness or career readiness. However, school districts must provide students opportunity and access to work toward career readiness. This includes students participating in the alternate assessment. The attainment of the CWEC is a process, not an assessment. The CWEC process includes the 3 general phases of career exploration, which is recommended, student-focused planning, and instruction in an experiential curriculum. Students receive instruction, including work-based learning opportunities in the classroom, school, community, and at work sites. The process utilizes community-based school business partnerships. School business partnerships assist in providing the work-based learning experiences to students. Process practice, maintain, and generalize practical knowledge and skills linked to the employability and foundational academic standards, alternate assessment, and corresponding progressions. These standards are typically referred to as the EFAS and are the same standards assessed by the Employability Skills Attainment Record, the ESAR. The standards are included in Appendix A of the Administration Guide. The standards align with a subset of the standards assessed by the Career and Technical Education End of Program Assessment, or CTE EOP assessment, for articulated credit and the CTE Pathway Standards documents. There are 40 standards that address the concepts and skills listed on pages 3 and 4. The implementation of the CWEC process begins at the high school level. Student-focused planning at grade 9 and beyond includes the continuation of annual transition planning. This includes the development of the multi-year course of study in accordance with the Kentucky Uniform Academic Course Code list. For students working toward career readiness status within the Transition Readiness Indicator of Kentucky's accountability system, and the multi-year course of study includes the 4 courses specific to the attainment of CWEC. The courses are initially completed in prerequisite order. Work-based learning options are aligned with each course and provided in accordance with the student's least restrictive environment, the LRE. Discussion with the student and parents about the anticipated year of exit is included in student-focused planning. This is key to planning for the CWEC. The anticipated year of exit with a graduation code affects when a student begins coursework leading to the CWEC. It also affects when a student begins participation in a work-based learning program. For example, participation in Community Work Transition Program, Pre-Employment Transition Services, PREETS, can begin at age 14. Targeted transition services are provided by the program the last year of high school. A student can only participate in Project Search the last year of school. Some programs have student to adult ratio guidelines. Also, within the CWEC process at the high school level, in addition to student-focused planning, school districts should identify students for Office of Vocational Rehabilitation OVR services, pre-employment transition services, or targeted transition services, and identify students for work-based learning programs in accordance with program guidelines. The 4 specific courses leading to the attainment of the CWEC are included within the high school special education course standards documents. These elective courses must be initially completed in prerequisite order. 1 year is the recommended length for each course, or in alignment with the length requirement for CTE courses. The courses may be repeated, particularly for students enrolled in grade 14. Page 6 of the administration guide begins describing the courses leading to the CWEC. Developing Career Options is the first course and can be completed in grades 9 through 14. The course focuses on orientation to careers. Course content includes orientation to the 16 career clusters, employability skills, self-management, and work ethics. Opportunities are provided within the course for the development of problem solving, decision making, and reasoning through school and work-based learning experience. Special focus is given to the EFAS. The next course is Developing Leadership Skills and is offered at multiple grades, 9 through 14. This course is designed to assist students with developing skills needed to be successful leaders and responsible members of society. Students will develop personal attributes and social skills. Emphasis is placed on interpersonal skills, team building, communication, personal development, and leadership. This course includes opportunities for students to apply their knowledge. Special focus is given to the Kentucky Alternate Assessment, aligned to the Kentucky Academic Standards, the KAS, and the EFAS. All materials and activities presented are differentiated to meet individual student needs. This course may apply to any of the career clusters and should be aligned to the individual student's post-secondary goal or goals. The career clusters are included on the following slide. Visit the Developing Leadership Skills webpage to review the specific EFAS standards aligned to the course. The 16 career clusters included in the course are listed on the slide and contained in the course description on page 6. Links to learn more about the 16 career clusters are also included. Page 7 of the administration guide also contains the Experience in Workplace Principles course description. This is the 3rd course offered and may be taken in grades 9 through 14. Experience in Workplace Principles examines the skills needed to adapt to the changing demands and expectations. The course includes, but is not limited to, problem solving, teamwork, time management, and self-management skills. Job seeking and job retention skills are taught through the development of resumes and job search materials. Special focus is the EFAS. All materials and activities presented are differentiated to meet individual student needs. Visit the Experience in Workplace Principles webpage to review the specific EFAS standards aligned to the course. Individualized career work experience is provided to students in grades 11 through 14 and is described on page 7. This course focuses on work experience for students. The course includes a related class and work-based learning in the local community. Special focus is given to the EFAS. All materials and activities presented are differentiated to meet individual student needs. You can visit the Individualized Career Work Experience webpage to review the specific EFAS standards aligned to the course. When you review the specific EFAS standards aligned to each course on the KDE website, you will find Appendix A, Teaching Progressions for the Employability Foundational Academic Standards for the Career Work Experience Certification. Appendix A denotes the standards required in each listed course plus the standards that progress through the additional courses. Work-based learning options are embedded in each individual course and provide a variety of experiences for students. This affords students opportunities to practice, maintain, and generalize knowledge and skills related to the EFAS in classroom, school, community, and work-based learning settings. The work-based learning options were selected from Kentucky's Work-Based Learning Manual and include cooperative education, entrepreneurship, internship, paid or unpaid, mentoring, school-based enterprise, shadowing, and service learning. All definitions are included in the CWEC Administration Guide Glossary. Work-based learning is provided in alignment with the course descriptions. Districts determine which options to include in each course when developing each course plan. Some options are provided in the school or community setting, e.g. school-based enterprise or service learning. Other options are provided in the community at work sites such as shadowing, mentoring, and internships. The work-based learning options linked to the courses may vary for individual students enrolled. This is based on individual student post-secondary goals, IEP, present levels, individualization of the course of study, and needs related to the LRE. Such as WTP, district developed programs can serve as a vehicle for providing some work-based learning options, particularly those at work sites. Now, we are in COVID-19 this year, so things are going to look different with work-based learning. The Kentucky Department of Education is going to be flexible with schools as they offer work-based learning options to students, and we understand that modifications to those options will have to be made this year. The Department of Education has a guidance document that will be going up on the website or is already on the website to show some of those differentiated learning options this year and some of those additional ways of providing work-based learning. So we know that it's tough this year. You should consult with parents, students, employers, job sites, work sites prior to doing any work-based learning this year to ensure that we are following the Healthy at School and Healthy at Work guidelines, and that parents, students, and employers are comfortable during this COVID-19 with the that we are providing. Work-based learning is provided a minimum of 20 hours per semester course or 40 hours per year-long course. For trimester courses, the minimum 40 hours per year may be divided into thirds, 13 to 14 hours per trimester. Abiding by the minimum hours per course assures statewide fidelity of the CWEC. Once again, these hours can be satisfied in alternate ways during this COVID-19. So please do what is in the best interest of students and what parents are and employers are comfortable with this year. Some work-based learning will be conducted at a work site. And then during this COVID-19, some of these might have to be a simulated work site. A work site is defined normally in a normal time as a non-school integrated competitive environment where the students engage in work-based learning options, customized and aligned to their post-secondary goals, including entrepreneurship, mentoring, shadowing, internship, or cooperative education. For careers found only in educational settings, the placement should be outside the student's school of attendance. Now that is during a normal time. During this COVID-19 time, some of those guidelines and that definition have been relaxed to offer simulated workplace experiences, or in some cases, experiences that are in the student's classroom or in the student's school. So keep that in mind for this COVID-19 situation that we're in. The rationale supporting the normal worksite definition is provided in Appendix D of the administration guide. But we do caution you during this COVID-19 situation to make for all parties involved. Documentation for the completion of the CWEC process is stored in the Career Ready Alternate Assessment folder, referred to as the CRAF. This ensures security of the materials. The CRAF is also used to document the results and supporting evidence for the ESAR. A certified staff member is responsible for maintaining the CRAF. This may be the same certified person that serves as the qualified ESAR administrator, or it may be another certified district representative. Qualified CWEC administrator, QCA, is responsible to complete the CWEC training and the qualification quiz in the online training system housed on the KAAP website. Print and file the online CWEC PD certificate in the CRAF after passing the quiz. File the student information page in the CRAF and file the CWEC documentation in the CRAF by the end of each school year. CRAF components include in the following order: student information, teacher code of ethics form, qualification quiz certification or certifications, employability skills attainment record, and the career work experience certification. The employability skills attainment record administration guide for school year 2020-21 provides information about the ESAR section. The student information page form is stored in the student information section. Form components include student name, school, district, grade, state student identification number or SSID, district enrollment date if the student is new to the district, date participation in the alternate assessment if placement occurred during current school year, accommodations listed in the current IEP for the student, and the name and signature of the supervising teacher. A hyperlink to the KDE Alternate Assessment and Accountability folder webpage, where the student information page can be found, is provided on page 9 of the administration guide. There are two versions, one electronic version and the other is a form that is downloadable to save. The Kentucky Alternate Assessment Code of Ethics form is stored in the second component of the CRAF, Teacher Code of Ethics. A signed form from the QCA is not required in the CRAF for the CWEC process. The qualifying quiz certification or certifications component of the CRAF houses the CWEC certificate documenting the QCA successfully completed the qualification quiz. The CWEC certificate is printed from the online training system, the OTS, housed on the Kentucky Alternate Assessment Program, KAAP website. A copy is placed in the CRAF and one copy is provided to the BAC or DAC. The CWEC component of the CRAF includes multiple sections. The number is dependent on the number of years for initial course completion. Remember, the 4 courses must be initially completed in prerequisite order. If the student enrolls in the first CWEC course at grade 9, the folder section begins that year. If not, the folder section begins in grade 10 or later. A section is added for each year of high school in which the student is initially completing a CWEC course. If the student exits with a graduation code at the completion of grade 12, the CWEC documentation ends at that grade level. If the student initially completes a CWEC course in grade 14, a section will be added for each grade 14 year until the student completes the courses or exits with a graduation code. Each CWEC grade level section within the craft contains the multi-year course of study, including the courses leading to the CWEC, the transition services needs and post-secondary goals sections of the IEP, documentation of work-based learning hours, and anecdotal notes, which are supporting notes regarding specific student information related to the attainment of the CWEC. Career readiness is reported by KDE's Office of Career and Technical Education, OCTE. Therefore, personnel from the Office of Career and Technical Education will audit crafts during monitoring or review visits for career and technical education programs. During the folder audit, the district will be asked to provide a copy of the student transcript generated from Infinite Campus. A comparison between the transcript and the multi-year course of study will substantiate that the CWEC courses planned were completed. At the local level, DACs may choose to monitor the craft to review programming and assessment compliance. This is a district level decision though. The QCA reports the status of students' attainment of the CWEC to the KDE in accordance with directions received through the alternate assessment email distribution list and DAC emails. The QCA indicates either yes, the student completed the CWEC coursework, or no, the student did not complete the CWEC. The status is recorded in the Career Ready database, the CRD. The CRD is housed on the KAAP website. June 4th, 2021 is the last day to enter CWEC status in the CRD. Grade 12 students are entered in the CRD by KAAP personnel. A grade 14 student will not appear in the CRD. The process for registering a grade 14 student in the system follows. The DAC, DOS, or district level administrator registers the student in the database. Once the student is registered in the CRD, the DAC, DOS, or district level administrator must then contact Sherry Craig or Daryl Mattingly to request the student record be opened. This now concludes the CWEC training module. You may complete the CWEC qualification quiz on the website. Review the CWEC administration guide if needed before accessing the quiz. You have 3 opportunities to pass the quiz. Upon the 3rd failure, you will be locked out of the online training system and must notify your DAC, DOS, or district level administrator. Best wishes on the quiz and for the 2021 school year. Thank you so much.